Most gardeners spend years chasing fertilizers, compost blends, and expensive soil amendments, yet they completely ignore one tiny trick that can dramatically improve plant growth. I'm talking about connecting two simple pieces of metal in the soil, something that can actually stimulate plant activity through what's known as an earth battery effect. It sounds strange at first. Metal in soil helping plants grow? But here's the problem most people miss. Soil isn't just dirt holding roots. It's an electrically active environment filled with microbes, minerals, and water, constantly exchanging tiny electrical charges. When those natural electrical flows are disrupted, which happens more often than you think, plant roots absorb nutrients less efficiently. That leads to slow growth, pale leaves, and weak harvests. Before experimenting with this technique, I always check what's actually happening in the soil first. One tool I use regularly is a 4-in-1 soil moisture meter, digital plant temperature and soil moisture test and pH meter and sunlight intensity, because it instantly shows moisture, pH, soil temperature and light levels. Most gardeners guess these conditions and get it wrong. This simple meter prevents that mistake. I'll leave the exact one I use in the description if you want to check it out, because understanding your soil conditions is critical before trying techniques like this. Now let's talk about what's actually happening underground. Most soils are missing one invisible ingredient plants rely on. Healthy soil behaves like a weak electrical system. Microbes, minerals, water, and roots constantly exchange electrons. This movement helps nutrients dissolve and move toward plant roots. When soil becomes compacted, depleted, or chemically imbalanced, that electrical activity slows down. Nutrients like phosphorus, potassium, and trace minerals become less mobile. They're technically in the soil, but plants struggle to absorb them. That's why you sometimes see gardeners adding fertilizer over and over while plants still look weak. The nutrients are there. The soil simply isn't moving them efficiently. This is where the earth battery concept becomes interesting. Two simple metals can create a small electrical current in soil. If you place two different metals in moist soil, for example copper and zinc, the soil solution acts like an electrolyte. That difference between the metals creates a tiny electrical current. It's the same principle used in old science experiments where a potato powers a small light bulb. But soil is far more complex than a potato. It contains minerals, microbes, organic acids, and water moving constantly through the root zone. When those two metals are connected with a wire, they form a mild galvanic reaction. The resulting electrical field can influence microbial activity and ion movement in the surrounding soil. And that's where things start to get interesting for plant growth. What actually changed when I tested this in raised beds? The first time I tested this method was in two identical raised beds growing tomatoes and peppers. Same compost mix, same watering schedule, same sunlight. One bed had two metal rods installed about 18 inches apart, a copper rod and a galvanized steel rod connected with a simple wire. The second bed had nothing. Within 3 weeks, the difference started showing up in the leaves. The plants in the test bed developed slightly darker green foliage and thicker stems. Flower formation came earlier too. By the middle of the season, that bed produced roughly 30 to 40% more fruit. Now, this isn't magic, and it's not a replacement for healthy soil, but it clearly influenced the biological activity around the root zone. The microbes are actually the real workers here. Plants rarely absorb nutrients directly from raw soil minerals. Microbes break them down first. Bacteria and fungi release acids, enzymes, and electrical signals that help convert minerals into plant-available forms. Several studies in soil biology suggest microbes can respond to weak electrical fields. Those tiny charges can influence microbial metabolism and nutrient cycling. So, When you create a small earth battery effect in soil, you're not feeding plants directly. You're stimulating the ecosystem that feeds the plants. Here's how I install this in real gardens. The setup is surprisingly simple. I use one copper rod and one zinc or galvanized steel rod. Both are pushed about 6 to 8 inches into the soil. The rods are placed about 12 to 24 inches apart, depending on the bed size. Then I connect the tops with a simple copper wire. Moist soil completes the electrical circuit. You don't need large rods. Even thick metal nails or small rods can work for testing. In container gardens, I've done this with 2 large screws placed on opposite sides of the pot and connected with a wire across the soil surface. In hydroponic setups, the effect is less predictable because the nutrient solution already contains balanced ions, but I've still seen improved root vigor in some systems. But this technique only works when soil conditions are right. This is where many gardeners accidentally fail with experiments like this. The soil must have adequate moisture and mineral content to conduct electricity. Dry soil blocks electrical flow almost completely. That's another reason I keep using a soil meter like the 4-in-1 soil moisture meter, digital plant temperature, and soil moisture test and pH meter and sunlight intensity I mentioned earlier. If soil moisture drops too low, the entire effect disappears. I'll leave the one I use in the description if you want to take a look, because it saves a lot of guesswork. So if someone tries this in dry, lifeless soil, they'll probably think it doesn't work. The soil biology has to be alive first. Another mistake gardeners make with this experiment is, well, placing the metals extremely close together. That actually reduces the effective electrical field around your plant roots. Spacing really matters. I've had the best results when the rods are placed on opposite sides of the root zone, which creates a wider electrical gradient through the soil. In raised beds, placing the metals diagonally across the bed spreads the effect through more soil. And in larger gardens, you can install several pairs spaced every few feet. So, why does this technique work better in organic soil? Well, soil that's rich in compost just performs dramatically better with this setup. Organic matter actually increases soil conductivity and feeds microbial populations. When those microbes are active, they help move electrons through all sorts of biochemical reactions. That makes the earth battery effect stronger and honestly a lot more stable. In sterile or heavily chemical-treated soil, the results tend to be weaker. This is just another reason why regenerative gardeners often see surprising benefits from simple techniques like this. Healthy soil really multiplies the effect. This isn't a miracle trick, it's just a small boost. I want to be clear about something here. This technique won't save a garden with poor sunlight, bad watering, or dead soil. Think of it as a subtle amplifier for systems that are already working well. If your soil is healthy, moist, and biologically active, this small electrical stimulation can increase nutrient mobility and microbial activity enough to noticeably improve growth. But, it works best when combined with proper compost, mulching, and balanced watering. There's a bigger lesson here that most gardeners overlook. Modern gardening advice often focuses on adding products, fertilizers, supplements, miracle additives. But plants actually evolved in incredibly complex living soil systems that include biology, chemistry, and even electrical interactions. When you start paying attention to those natural processes, you realize plants don't just need nutrients, they need a functioning ecosystem. That ecosystem includes microbes, minerals, water flow, and even subtle electrical activity moving through the soil. Understanding that honestly changes how you garden forever. If you experiment with the earth battery method in your own garden, try it in 2 similar beds so you can compare results. That's really the only way to see whether something works in your specific soil and climate. And always measure your soil conditions first so you're not just guessing. Gardening gets so much easier when you stop relying on myths and start understanding how soil systems actually function. If you enjoy practical techniques like this that go deeper than typical gardening tips, make sure you subscribe to the FamLogic channel. And hey, share this video with another gardener who loves experimenting in the garden. Because the more we understand the hidden systems beneath our plants, the better our gardens grow.